I don't know how or how you do it. You blow my mind without a word. Ooh, stuck upside down. I might be dreaming. There's no way back now. Take every inch of my body. Wanna dance with you all night long. Dive in, babe, you know we can't stop this. Come on, show me what you got. 'Cause I don't care if they think we're meant to be falling in love with you. I'll do it again and again and again and again. Why would I fight the things I'm feeling? Rather space out here next to you. Ooh, like astronauts, we're in the night sky and we won't come down. Take every inch of my body. Wanna dance with you all night long. Dive in, babe, you know we can't stop this. Come on and show me what you got. 'Cause I don't care if they think we're meant to be falling in love with you. I'll do it again and again and again and again. I don't care. 'Cause every moment with you makes me even lighter. I don't care. Oh yeah. 'Cause every moment with you. I don't care if they think we're meant to be falling in love with you. I'll do it again and again and again and again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday podcast. Today is going to be a quick one. I've managed to find a very quiet place where I'm at because I'm away for the weekend, but I don't actually have like a proper space to sit down. So, yeah, I've managed to find what I think is a quiet space. So hopefully we won't have any disturbances, but it is going to be a quick one. But thank you for joining me if you were able to join me last minute. So let's get to it. I don't want to make this like an American politics podcast, but what can we say? It has been in the news and absolutely hilarious, like some of the fallout from this Trump getting boomed, investigation still ongoing. And yeah, the memes have been fantastic. Here we have when you order a pillow on Temu, the same if you order from wish.com or Shein. And it seems to have become a trend to now have a bandage on your right ear. Somebody please tell me what this is, if not illness. I actually saw this come up on Miss Anne, friend of Harry and Meghan's, the photographer, on his feed, and I'm just like, what is this? Ain't no damn way. Like, what is this? Somebody tell me what this is. The whole convention and like all of this almost like show businessy aspects to politics, I find it quite worrying on top of everything else that is going on. But I feel like it's kind of um making us desensitized and turning politics into more of a reality TV show and more of this insane popularity contest, and not what it actually should be, serious community, political and social engagement. And this is almost cult-like. Biden does have the Mr. C, and yeah, who knows what's going to happen between now and November? But my American friends, please do keep your wits about you, and please, you know, make sure to go out and vote, because if this is how a certain base is behaving, then we certainly don't want their leader in power. Is all I'm going to say. I don't want to turn this into a super political podcast, but I mean, you look at the pictures on the screen, and it's very easy to see why there's a lot of worry. Um, okay, on to the next thing. It was actually a year ago that this was published. The Dan Wooten uh, three-part, I think it was like 3 or 4 part series that Byline Investigates did. An absolutely amazing piece of journalism, investigative journalism, the real type of journalism that we should be getting in this country, and not the tabloid mess. Unfortunately, not too much has come of this in terms of any legal action. Scotland Yard did say that they were investigating, but that didn't really seem to go where. But at the very least, I do think there's a lot more awareness about this, and also Wooten has pretty much just been downgraded to having his uh, sorry, just being on social media. So I think he's still on like Instagram, Twitter, and I don't even know if he has a YouTube or a podcast or something like that. But he's off of GB News, he's off of the mainstream, and I don't think he'll be getting a place on some of the other big TV shows that he got before. Like he was, when he was given backstage access to X Factor, those type of kind of glamorous shows. So my heart goes to the victims and anyone else, who was affected by this. And it seems like there were quite a few people that he had under his thumb. And with these types of cases, it has to be a case of everybody jumps at the same time. It can't just be a couple of people, and some of the more powerful people have to come forward as well. It was the same with Weinstein. That's just how it's got to be, so we can bring these people down. Otherwise, they just get away with it. But I just wanted to bring this up again and just give a congratulations to Byline for their amazing work. And if you haven't read this or read into this, absolutely heartbreaking series. But if you can bear to read it, I when it actually first came out, I did read it. And obviously Dan Wooten, the significance on this podcast is that he has been one of Harry and Meghan's biggest bullies while being a big bully himself. Right, on to people who are a lot. Oh, actually, no, before we get on to that, I was going to get on to the good news, but just wanted to mention something else when it comes to personalities that like Dan Wooten and the types of tabloids that they write for, and the culture that is created when people like this are sitting in these news organizations. So obviously the Euros just went past. England lost out to Spain for the final. To be honest, I'm not a really big football person, and I only really get into it for big tournaments. So pretty much as soon as this was finished, I was like, okay, we're done here. Like we had a good couple of weeks of football, and as soon as it was finished, like I don't even care anymore. I don't really think anybody should. Like, congratulations to Spain. Sorry for England, but let's move on. The Daily Fail and the tabloids don't want to move on. Instead, they want to find somebody to blame, and it would seem like Jude Bellingham, who is biracial, seems to be the one who they're taking this out on. Now, for all I don't know what is going on behind the scenes of the England team, but neither do hang on a sec, folks. Okay, sorry. I am actually sitting in a public space and somebody walked past. Anyway, I don't know what's going on, or what went on behind the scenes with the England team, but neither do the Daily Fail or any of these tabloids. Um, to be kind of like creating this, narrative, you just never know what is and isn't true. And even if this was true, it just kind of feels like they've singled him out to, be the fall guy and take the blame. Um, and the reason this actually came up on my feed was because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, look, they're Meghan Markling Jude Bellingham." And if England had won, you wouldn't be seeing headlines like this. So they've found their guy to take it out on. He wasn't the captain of the team, but it just shows you when they want to find a scapegoat for someone, when they want to find a scapegoat for something, and when they want to pick on one person, they will find that one person, even if there's a whole team, um, who went out there and we didn't win. But it's just this like build them up to bring them down, culture that we have in the tabloids. And it has been noted the treatment of the black and biracial players on the England team. And in the past, you've had situations where if England lose, then they'll use pictures on the front covers of players of color, and if they win, they won't. They'll use their other teammates. So it's just like across media and across British media, the way um, they reinforce this bullying culture. Meaning said, "I'm sure someone or more people will come out and talk about Little Man down Wooten." I hope so. Um, you know, uh, Everyone who did speak, it must have taken so much for them to speak. I'm sure they're probably still getting headache for it. And you're right, it's like we need like as many people as possible to come forward. But I think he's also, entrapped a lot of well-known and famous people. So, oi, um, okay. Next thing I wanted to get to. Okay, let's actually get to some good news. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is being honored at the Paley honors, and also the tribute chairs who will be there. Will be obviously Harry and Meghan will also be on the tribute chairs to honor Tyler Perry, but also some other major names also. Ted Sarandos, who I believe is the CEO of Netflix, Kerry Washington, George Lucas, and Melody Hobson. Obviously, Melody Hobson is one of Meghan's business mentors, and she is also a major Hollywood and corporate CEO, married to George Lucas. Gail King, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who I believe used to be the CEO of Disney, Taraji P. Henson, John Felther. Is it Felther? I can't pronounce the second name, but I believe he works with Lionsgate, which is one of the major Hollywood studios, who also initially helped to fund Tyler Perry's studio. And interestingly, Whoopi Goldberg, whose book has just flopped, and he was rather mean to Meghan. So I always feel like when people like that um, have to face the people that they've talked smack about in person, they behave completely differently. And if anything, I just hope that Whoopi has been humbled. And the bit that I love the most about this is Meghan's a better person than me. She's the type of person who will go straight up to a hater and smile. And that often makes the person feel worse. Kill them with kindness. And I'm sure that she will look absolutely stunning on that evening. Now, this is actually in December. So I don't really know anything about this particular award. Obviously, it must be very prestigious to have all of these big names going. But the fact that they're sorry, I was going to say I was also wondering, do they usually announce the honors this early? Because it seems pretty early to be announcing this one. This is like in December, but the hype leading up to this is going to be massive because they know that Harry and Meghan are going to be there. So, Perry, who is godfather to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's daughter, Princess Elizabeth, helped the couple when they first moved to the US. The Poli Center announced on July the 17th that Perry, 54, will be honored at the Poli Honors Gala in Beverly Hills. The Duke and Duchess are among the tribute chairs, along with Whoopi Goldberg, Gayle King, Taraji P. Henson, George Lucas, Kerry Washington, and more. So they will be actually giving their tributes to Tyler Perry. So we should actually get to hear Harry and Meghan talk. Fantastic. Wonder what Meghan will be wearing. I hope she. I'm gonna guess gold. I hope she's wearing gold. Kenneth, why don't they talk about Harry Kane, the captain of the team? Drew did very well. Exactly. There was actually an article about Harry Kane in the Daily Mail. They were saying that that he kind of snubbed William, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna like watch back the footage just to see, but I can imagine in that moment. I mean, I don't know. Would you be that excited about seeing William? He probably just like shook his hand, was as polite as possible and kept it moving. Wendy, is anyone else having problems getting notifications? Well, to be honest, this podcast I just scheduled it last minute because I didn't even know if I'd be able to do a podcast today. So if you are having troubles with notifications, maybe unsubscribe, subscribe again, and then try putting on notifications again. See if that works. Unfortunately, this isn't a glitch just with my channel, it's just YouTube in general. It tends to be really glitchy with notifications. Okay, go on to your comment before we get into the next thing. Yeah, Whoopi gonna be there. Awkward. Whoopi trying to get back on the right side of history. Well, I can imagine that there would have been some level of approval from Tyler Perry if she's actually being brought here to honor him. So I don't know. Maybe somebody may have given her a talking to. Whoopi said, sorry, Legs, you said Whoopi doesn't do well around beautiful black women. We'll see how she behaves because there are a lot of beautiful black women there. I just think she's someone that's just very jealous in general. Like she just has a jealous streak to her. Thank you so much, Carolita Simon, for the super sticker. Thank you very much, Legs. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Camilla and Charles. Camilla and Charles gave us plenty to laugh about. I don't know what is going on with Camilla's umbrella here. Like you can't hold an umbrella. Anyway, Camilla and Charles were out and about, and I'm gonna just play the video because it was absolutely hilarious. And let me just say that if this was Harry and Meghan, Harry would have thrown away his umbrella and be fighting with the rain to protect his woman from the rain. But this is Charles. What a gentleman. Not, I mean, I don't understand why he couldn't have just like had the servant on his right side hold his umbrella and then he tried to help his lady with his coat. Anyway, that wasn't the end of it, because Camilla wasn't exactly being graceful herself when they got inside.
Sector, blue light organisations and members of Jersey's Youth Parliament. Sector, blue light organisations and members of Jersey's Youth Parliament.
Absolutely no grace whatsoever. Anyway, we also had the King's Speech where they lay out the proposed bills for Parliament. Charles wore a crown. The crown that he usually wears is valued at about £5 billion, and he spoke about many things, including cost of living, while wearing a £5 billion crown. Even the Daily Mail couldn't help but tweet that and be a little bit shady because just how. Um, I don't know. I mean, some people feel that it's tradition, other people feel that it's very antiquated, but I just feel if we're talking about policy and public policy, I I just think that perhaps it's not the best idea to be wearing a $5 billion crown. I don't know why they can't just, you know, just announce the bills or whatever it is. But anyway, here we are. We are still a constitutional monarchy. Nobody's called for a referendum yet. So they had the whole parade and them going into Parliament for the King's speech. The Republic folks were there. I almost feel like at this point we're seeing more Republic folks than the actual crowd. I haven't seen too many photos of the crowd, but they have vowed to be at almost every single event that they can show up at. So that's why Camilla is looking straightforward. Charles is trying to be polite, and you can actually just about if you look at the reflection just below Camilla's chinny chin chin, you can almost see the yellow sign from the Not My King protesters because there were a lot there and their crowd seemed to be growing. But that was the King's speech. And also quite notable, Kate was not there. And somebody actually tweeted, well, anyone know why William and Kate weren't at the state opening of Parliament, the King's speech? They weren't there in 2023 either. Charles and Diana and Charles and Camilla as Prince and Princess of Wales were typically there when the Queen opened Parliament with Prince Philip, part of the slimming down. Part of the slimming down, and quite frankly, I think also part of the phasing out of Kate is just becoming more and more obvious. Some people still do not believe that they're going to divorce, but just from everything that I've picked up so far, it seems to be going that way because I don't understand how you can, be well for Wimbledon and trooping, but you can't come to the King's speech. I think there's a bit of picking and choosing going on her part and also on the institution's part, because to me this feels like a phasing out. FYI, Diana looks amazing there, even though she well she looks miserable, but beyond the misery, just an absolute beauty. Unfortunately, a gilded cage this institution is. Wouldn't wish this on anyone, even my worst enemy. That's all I wanted to touch upon today. Just wanted to catch up because I've been away for a few days. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Yeah, Joy Camilla, a mess, an absolute mess. Like, what is that? Legs. You said you can lead a horse to water, but can't make it a queen. Indeed, you cannot make it a queen. Oh. Oh yes, sorry. I also forgot to mention. I'm not going to play the video because it's actually from Sky News, but Charles seemed to be snapping at one of the boys, one of the helping with the ropes, and it was. Do you remember back just after the coronation where they were signing the King's Declaration and he was snapping at the servant as well? Seems to be. It's just incredible to me how they must practice these things, and he's been preparing for this role his entire darn life, the biggest internship known to mankind, and yet he couldn't keep his cool signing a piece of paper or wearing a robe. Just wow. Like you had one job, literally, and that job is to exist, and you can't even do that properly. Yeah, Charles was acting like a fool with that child, just being rude for like no reason, and the child was actually trying to help. Oh dear. Is Camilla wearing the same dress that she was wearing at the coronation, or is that something else? Has a similar color and silhouette. All right, folks, I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, we'll see what comes up. Now that I found like a little quiet spot, because I'm here for another night. If anything comes up tomorrow, I should do another podcast tomorrow. If not, just enjoy Friday, enjoy the weekend, and we'll catch up soon, okay? Ciao.